Oh, we lost Keith. And he's back.
It's a great start.
It's a great start, Keith.
It crashed on me. It did the same as last week. Weird. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Monkey Nut Punch podcast.
I feel that Keith needs a brand new laptop. Not like he's got one.
No, I would just, I'll be honest with you, avoid Apple products because you don't get on very well with them.
Yeah.
I'll get yourself a nice RM Nimbus.
I'll tell you, this computer I'm on right now hasn't been upgraded for a good 7-8 years, and it seems to be more stable than your brand new laptop.
I never complained about it. Never complained about it. I think it's just Melon in Edge. It needs to delete the cache. But it froze on the video and just stayed there.
I would never use Melon on the Edge browser. You got to use Chrome
or Brave. Where you've got the settings so they always reset every time, so they're always at the same thing every time you use them.
Well,
which is annoying to log in.
We've learnt this, Keith, haven't we? Because Gareth had some issues while using Edge.
Anyway, before we turn to tech tips for people streaming, hello everybody.
Top tech tips.
So, what have we got to talk about this week? I watched the first episode of Halo. The expression skin suit comes to mind, and I'll explain why I say skin suit later. Then there was the slap heard across the world. And I bet you Knight does nothing about it.
I know about it.
Okay, all right. So we've got the slap heard across the world, and then all the fallout from that, because it happened after our podcast. And then we watched Moon Knight, which Nigel doesn't do anything anymore. He just kind of sits in a corner, lets the wife control the TV, take the controller from the wife and control the TV. Nigel, you need to do that. Take the controller off. No, we're not watching any variety crap. We're going to watch something I want to watch and put something on. He needs to. That's what we're going to do. We're going to browbeat Nigel until he learns that he needs to wrestle that controller off her. So, Moon Knight. Yes, Moon Knight.
I saw it.
No,
is that a Disney Plus thing?
That's a Disney Plus thing,
yeah.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was an interesting first episode. You're gonna sound, this is gonna sound really weird coming from me. That's the best thing I've watched on fucking Disney Plus. Which is odd. I mean, they've all been slating it, and again, this is down to the why I say they all they do is make hate videos, and I'm looking at this first episode going, don't know the character, there was nothing woke in it, there was nothing egregious in it. It was a good opening episode. It got me intrigued. It was like, I thought the way they did it. This is a case where Mystery Box works. Mystery Box is not bad all the time. It can work. Lost first season. Other 5 seasons not so much.
No. Lost first season didn't work.
Well, I thought Turbo. Sorry. I'm looking at the private comments. Sorry.
Someone said something because he can't keep his fucking head still.
I move. I'm emotive.
He demands that he change the camera for him. What a fucking prima donna. No, you should slap him.
Well, I would if he was near me. As long as he leans in and makes sure it doesn't look fake at all, please. No, Keith. I'm going to call you Keith Bobblehead from now on because you can't keep your fucking head still.
Anyway,
I enjoyed it, G. I enjoyed it. I'm by the sounds of it, so did you.
Yes, I watched it and I was like, I was pleasantly surprised. Right, this is the thing, yeah. But David Abrams, David Abrams, inventor of the tank, maybe, has ruined the idea of mystery boxes. Yeah, this whole mystery box thing. Yeah, he's ruined it. Yeah, we had people like Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle who pretty much bought the whole mystery box thing through murder mysteries. and made things exciting and interesting and whatnot. Yeah, he's fucking ruined it. But this one here, with its what the fuck's going on here, and seeing it entirely from one aspect, was really interesting. So it worked for me.
Yeah, it worked for me. As I said, and I do feel like I have to comment on it because, okay, I haven't read the comic on this one. I don't know much about the comic, but as a piece of television, it was pretty good. And I did watch these reviews, and I just think they're nitpicking. They're looking for things that they didn't like about it, and I'm going, there wasn't anything really egregious about the only thing I could probably agree with was the CGI was a bit dodgy in places. But considering the last couple of years, I think we're going to have to forgive some dodgy effects in TV productions for the next year or so, as the world catches back up and returns to normal studio filming. So apart from some slightly dodgy CGI, it really did keep me engaged for the hour. I liked the music that they used. I think I like Oscar Isaacs. He was one of the only good things in those 3 fucking shitty Star Wars films. That he was brilliant in June. I was gutted when he dies, and I knew he was going to die. I knew it was coming, but when he does, it had that effect. I like Oscar Isaacs. He's a good actor, and even though his British accent is a bit lame, but actually it's done on purpose.
No, I'll be honest with you. Given the fact that it's part of a split personality, it is forgiven.
Yeah, no, it is completely on purpose, because I read an interview with him, and a lot of people said you sound, they were comparing him to like Dick Van Dyke and things like that. And actually, when you listen to it, it is an American doing a British accent, because most American actors, no offense, America, cannot do British accents. No, that's not entirely true, because the guy that plays Dexter does a very good British accent.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I've got a clip where he goes, "Can I have a burger, please?" It sounds fucking awful.
Yeah, but he was in that 8-episode murder mystery thing on Netflix where
it was that one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about. Watch it when he goes, "Ask for a burger." You're like, cuddle it.
There's going to be moments, but I actually, the fact that basically Oscar said, "Yeah, look, we did this on purpose because." The underlying personality is an American, CIA, or in the comics is a CIA agent. But in this, it makes sense now that the accent is dodgy, and actually you forgive it straight away once you realize what's going on. And I'm looking forward to the next episode. It's certainly the best fucking start to any of the Marvel series, and that's including Hawkeye, which I quite liked.
What do you call it? When it came to I didn't like the start of Hawkeye was terrible. It was there was one in the middle. There's an episode in the middle that I really liked, which kind of made Hawkeye appeal for me. But when we did with Moon Knight, it felt like an origin story like you get when you had Iron Man and Thor and stuff like that. That's what it felt like. Sorry,
no, I'm smiling because I've just noticed Biffa's username and it just made me giggle. I only just
we will get to that in a moment.
Sorry, I apologise to put you off. It was an uncontrollable urge to laugh. I apologise. Sorry, Gareth. I do apologise for interrupting.
That's fine. It's fine. GI. No, look, I'll put it up. Sorry for those listening on the podcast. GI Jada. Hi guys, it's Biffa. Sorry. So it was good. I love the bit where he's in the ice cream truck and it's flipping between him and Mark. Yeah. And you've got the god going, "Oh no, not him. Not that one, not the fucking wimpy one. Can I get the Merc back?" Yeah, because he flips between the personalities.
Can I ask you a question as you brought him up? I don't know why, but I thought that guy, I know who it is now, but I thought that sounded like Liam Neeson. And it was only when I went and looked it up that I realised who it was. But it did kind of sound a bit like Liam Neeson.
I couldn't work out who it was, I'll be honest with you.
It's
not FC Abrams, F. Murray Abrams.
That's the guy. The guy that was the baddie in the really terrible Next Gen movie.
Rangers. It was Rangers.
But very good as the sort of CIA guy in Homeland. He was brilliant in that.
Mm. Yeah, he wasn't very good in Star Trek Insurrection. We'll leave that there.
No. Nigel's going, Have you seen You've seen Homeland, right?
I've seen probably 3 or 4 episodes of it.
Oh Jesus, there's like 8 seasons and it's brilliant. But there we go. At least you've seen The Expanse, Nigel. At least you've seen The Expanse.
I have now seen The Expanse.
All of The Expanse today.
Yes, I had to watch it while I was working to be able to fit it in.
Wow.
So how much I retained, I don't know.
We'll quiz you on that in a bit. But going back to Moon Knight, it was I thought it was done quite well. The bits where he's imagining him seeing the Egyptian god. They have made some mistakes with the Egyptian gods, and I know this through American gods, because the one that eats souls isn't that one. It's another one. I can't remember.
Yeah, but again, yeah, you're right. But it probably could be forgiven. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was. Is it the best thing I've seen on Disney Plus? No. But that's because I watched Dope Stick, which is actually very, very good. But you have it's a hard watch, but it's very, very good. And Michael Keaton is utterly brilliant in that. And I quite like Only the Murderers, Murderers in the Building, that podcast thing with Steve Martin. That was actually surprisingly good. Nigel, if you want to watch something with your wife on Disney Plus, Only Murderers in the Building is pretty good, actually. You might enjoy that because you kind of like those murder things. It's actually genuinely quite good. It does have Selena Gomez in it, but again, she's actually pretty good in it. You should watch that. But you're right, from Marvel's perspective, best thing that they've done by a country fucking mile so far.
I am a little worried because all the people who had the early reviews say it goes downhill from the first episode. The question is how far, because if it goes slightly downhill, if it's like a 2-degree gradient, I can live with that. If it's 15 degrees and it goes downhill fast, then I'm going to be disappointed. But solid start. I enjoyed it. The wife was watching it while I was watching it, and she said, "Actually, I might watch that," because she's looked at she's looked at Boba Fett, and she's looked at the Mandalorian. And she's gone, "They look shit. They look really fucking boring." And this one, she looked at it and went, "I think I'll give that one a watch." So yeah, it's got a thumbs up from my wife. Whether she'll give it 2 thumbs up after is another thing entirely.
Is it 2 thumbs fresh?
2 thumbs fresh, yes. I want to know how Mark killed the goldfish though, because he killed that goldfish. Yeah,
I suspect we're going to get flashbacks to Mark because I think they've done that. They've done this on purpose. We might get next week's episode might be the other aspect,
perspective.
Which could be interesting. Again, if they did that again, that would be quite interesting and a way of keeping the momentum. So yeah, let's see.
Fingers crossed. All right. Shall we talk about the slap? Get over and done with.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing was the slap real or fake? Everything.
Oh, I think it was real.
I think it was real too.
I think it was real because okay, I'm going to say this, right? There are not many people on this planet that I genuinely loathe, and I mean, I have this severely bad taste in my mouth every time I see them. Jada Pinkett fucking up your ass Smith is one of these people. I really, really despise this woman, and I'd even go as far to say I'm not even convinced she's got alopecia, to be honest.
No, I don't think she's got alopecia.
I wouldn't put it past her to use that as a self-promotion thing. She hijacked the 2016 Oscars Black Momentum thing by making it all about herself. And, I'm not going to the Oscars this year. Well, why are you going to the Oscars? You're not nominated for anything. You're in no movies and you can't act to save your fucking life anyway. So, you play the same part in everything you're ever in.
Same goes for Ryan Reynolds, to be fair.
Yeah, but Ryan Reynolds is charismatic, where she's an evil python.
And I am all on board for Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds in everything.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds has that charisma. I mean, he might not have a wide range of acting things. He's no Gary Oldman or anything like that, but he's like, charismatic.
Hang on, I'm going to bring up this point here. Right, okay. So First things first, Americans not being so bright don't understand that alopecia is just hair loss. So they were all treating it like it was leukemia, which I found amusing because it was like, oh, you dumb fucks. It's like the only person when I go to alopecia, the first person I think of is Matt Lucas from Little Britain. Yeah, he's clearly he's got alopecia, and the other one is Duncan Goodhue, who was the swimmer back in the 80s, early 90s. They had alopecia, proper alopecia. He had to draw his fucking eyebrows on. That's how bad the alopecia was.
Who was the Scottish lass that took their clothes off?
Gail
Porter. Gail Porter's got alopecia. But see, here's the thing: when you have real alopecia, all your hair falls out, Jada. All your hair. But you seem to have very wonderfully, eyebrows going on there. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. And the fact that she's shagging everything that fucking walks, Chris Rock, Will Smith saying, keep my wife out your mouth. Chris Rock's probably the only one that has kept his wife out his mouth, going on what she's been doing. I mean, she's shagging people the same age as her fucking son.
Hang on. It's not that. It's the fact that she browbeat him on the equivalent of national TV, saying that she had an affair, but she called it an entanglement. Yeah, and Will Smith was supposed to be okay with this. Yeah, and you're like, get fucked. Kick her ass to the curb. Bye-bye. Seriously, kick her ass to the curb. She's not fucking worth it. I'm just like, see, the thing is that I think the slap is genuine, and it's when you see the audio that was cut, and you can see that he's clearly wound up, and something has, got him in regards to what's happened.
I want to talk about Bilfer's comment there in a second, because there is another aspect to this. But you are right that the man is clearly losing the plot when it comes to
hang on a second.
Yeah,
there are consequences, and I will explain in a bit. Okay.
Well, yeah, there has been, but we'll talk about it in a minute. But I mean, I think it was a genuine slap. I don't know why he is still married to her. The sad thing is, though, he deserved the Oscar. Before the slap, he deserved the Oscar. If you've seen King Richard, he is, again, Will Smith, who has always been typecast as the funny guy, really can act. And, he is very, very good in King Richard. It's a very interesting film. Worth a watch.
I doubt it was Oscar worthy.
When you see what they've awarded other people, no, I think it was a pretty good performance.
Those ones weren't Oscar worthy.
Bearing in mind how many films have come out in the last year, this was, compared to normal years, Gareth, probably not. Compared to this year, yeah, he deserved the Oscar. He was not Will Smith. You did not see Will Smith there. You saw the character of, you saw Richard. What's his face? So Richard Williams. I mean, he even sounded like him. He had the mannerisms. Now, I've seen Richard Williams. I stood next to him at Wimbledon once.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
When you say you stood next to him at Wimbledon, did you do what Moby does at parties?
No, he was.
Keith wasn't playing, by the way. Just
no,
to
Serena,
out.
It was 2007, I think, and Serena was in the final. I think it was the third or fourth final, and she was walking past, and Richard Williams was there with Venus, and they were cheering her on, and I stood next to him. But he has this quite distinct walk, and Will Smith nailed that in the film, and the mannerisms and everything, because I've seen him interviewed. I mean, I'm a tennis fan, so I know a bit about Richard Williams, and Will Smith nailed those aspects, and that takes a good method actor to do that, especially when you're playing somebody real. So I think he deserved the Oscar prior to the slap. It's a shame that he did what he did, but that boy needs therapy.
Oh yeah, he needs therapy. He's fucked in comparison to what we've seen before. But then again, there was. Did you ever see him when he was on Jonathan Ross, I think it was, or Graham Norton? I think it was Graham Norton. And they all started singing the theme tune to Fresh Prince. The whole audience did, and he joined in.
Yeah.
And he looked like he'd been taken back in time to a time that he was happy.
But then he brought his son in, didn't he? And then he brought fucking Carlton in. Carlton was there, and then Carlton came in and did the
Carlton
thing
dance.
he does. Yeah, the Carlton dance. And look, is his career fucked? Well, he's producing Bel Air, which is doing remarkably well on Peacock, I think, in the US. And actually, it's just finished airing its first season. That I have to say was actually pretty good. So for a serious remake of something. But what pissed me off the most was the Hollywood news articles after it. You know, they were all calling it an altercation, not the fact that basically Will Smith just committed a crime live on stage for the entire world to see. You know, it was an entanglement. The Hollywood press was so fucking wishy-washy about it and still celebrating Will Smith. You know, it's only when the public have turned around and gone, hang on a second, you know, and there was none of this. You know, the first few days, it was all about, you know, an entanglement. There was no praise for how well Chris Rock handled the whole fucking thing. It was, oh, yeah, but that joke was a bit left field. No, it wasn't, because here's the thing. Chris Rock knows Jada Pinkett Smith. They used to be friends by the looks of it, right? He knows what she's like. The whole of fucking Hollywood knows what she's like. The reason no one's complaining is because she's fucked all of them. This just shows how bad and how out of touch and how nasty Hollywood is. And this incident and the press and the way they were reporting it and not really saying, you know, how really it was just wrong. It was wrong. And Will Smith, unfortunately, probably has damaged his career. And here's the thing. The only way he's going to get back from this is to get rid of your fucking wife, because, boy, you need to. 2 is do an interview with a journalist that hates you. Do not go on your own Facebook thing and do the tell-all interview so that you make money out of it like Jada would do, because that's what she has done. Talking about fucking all these men, talking about her alopecia. It's all on her Facebook channel where, guess what? She gets the ad revenue from. Okay. So it's...
All right, yeah. So let's throw this into some context. There has been some fallout. Yeah, Hollywood is a bit fucking scared of how to react. Yeah, but everyone went, that's out of order. He shouldn't have slapped him. And to be honest with you, the fact that Chris Rock didn't turn around and fucking lamp him one as a response was that.
It was within his right to.
Yeah. I'm surprising he didn't, or fucking tell him to come get back up on stage and finish it. Yeah, you can talk about your wife all fucking day. Come back up here and we'll finish it fucking off properly, you coward. Yeah, that's what I would do. If I was in that situation, it would be like, come on. And it would have gone from a slap to an all-out fight.
I think that whole thing, the joke was mild. And Will was even laughing. The only reason Will did anything is because of the wife.
Yeah.
He was getting daggers off her, and he knew as soon as they walked out, his life was not worth living just because he laughed at a joke. Yeah. Whereas she should have just laughed. Fucking, it's a joke, love. She's a joke.
I know you're skeptical about whether it's a real punch. I mean, trust me.
I don't believe it is, because the whole thing, he's like leaning in, ready to take it. He's grimacing, ready to receive. It seemed set up.
I would agree with you until the fact that Will Smith sat down and used the effing live on TV. Now, of all the people in the world, Will Smith, up until now, has been a professional, and they just wouldn't do that. Now, look, admittedly, the low ratings of the Oscars has suddenly gone through the roof. Chris Rock has fucking sold tickets left, right, and fucking centre to his shows. But Will Smith has had 2 films cancelled, right? Another film is on the back, but Apple doesn't know where... Oh, sorry. Go on. Sorry.
I was building up to that, you bellend.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sitting there talking about consequences, let Nigel have a turn, and then I was going to turn around and say the consequences. But no, with these size 9s.
So, Gareth, what's the consequences?
Oh, and any consequences apparently go away with fucking everything. He didn't have any Netflix deals cancelled. Didn't have Bad Boys 4 cancelled. Yeah, so
he isn't also a member of the Academy anymore.
Oh yeah,
but he resigned.
He resigned before they could do anything because they're gonna probably. My money says they'll strip him of that fucking Oscar if this carries on. 2 weeks these things last. Yeah, if it goes beyond 2 weeks, his Oscar's gone. That's gonna be the thing there. I just want this. All right, sorry, Bilfer. I will not watch any Saturday Night Live. I don't like Saturday Night Live, and the reason is that they employ what's his mush?
Oh,
He's absolutely
sorry.
shit. Who's a really shit comedian? What's his name?
I'm having a call from someone, from my son. He's away on holiday, and I'm worried.
Go on.
Hang on. Let me just mute him.
Yeah, no, I know they probably did destroy him, but it's like it's who is it? Pete Davidson.
Oh, Pete Davidson. He's rubbish.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I had colonoscopies that are funnier than him. And I could probably actually show you a funny colonoscopy. We should make.
Here's the thing I'll say about Saturday Night Live. There are some very memorable sketches from Saturday Night Live, but most of it is very. Don't take this the wrong way because it's not meant to be offensive. Very much geared to an American audience, and this is why a lot of British comedies don't translate well to like English, American markets. Knowing as many Americans now as I do, I have to be very careful about my sarcasm because they don't get my sarcastic comedy. A lot of people.
No, I know they don't get sarcasm. Did a video and someone didn't get any sarcasm on the video.
Yes, exactly.
A video dripping in sarcasm.
Yeah. Gareth's vlog was a couple of my American friends did not get it. I was falling about fucking laughing because that's what I find very funny. But I understand why an American audience. So when I watch Saturday Night Live, some of it is just it's not geared for me.
My problem is every time I see a Saturday Night Live clip, I don't hear laughter. I hear applause. Yeah,
but
and when it comes to applause is something you do. Laughter is involuntary. So they let Will Skate free.
They're not going to. It's too much public opinion. He has. Go on.
I think he's ended his career.
I don't think he's ended his career.
I think
because
he's put himself in the same position that Mel Gibson was in when he got arrested. Yeah,
but Mel Gibson is still making movies. I think Bad Boys 4 will get made. I think it's been put on hold for now because that's the good thing to do. But considering how much Bad Boys 3 made, I think people will go and see Bad Boys 4. I think people will forget this. I don't see them taking his Oscar off because they've never done that. Even Roman Polanski, I don't think they ever took his Oscars
away.
Yeah,
they've taken Roman Polanski's Oscar away from him, but they did it after Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I found really weird because it was like, oh, this child rapist and just general molester.
Here's what I think is going to happen in the next year. I think their marriages will end. Because I think this is putting huge pressure on their marriage, even more so because, at the end of the day, Will Smith, in his eyes, was defending his wife's honor, and now he's taking it left, right, and center. And most people are beginning to say exactly what they think about Jada Pinkett Smith, and I think he's going to see the light. So I see in the next 6 to 7 months to a year their marriage over, and Will Smith basically being, look, my marriage was breaking up, and I think at that point most people will sympathize with him because we've all we haven't been luckily I haven't been through a marriage breakup.
Someone at award ceremonies, haven't we?
Well, we've all felt like slapping somebody, whether we've ever done it or not. Is another matter. I think what he did was wrong. I think he has too many people around him advising him wrongly. I'm not entirely sure how much I believe and how much he was asked to leave the Oscars. I think the Academy has badly handled this, but at the same time, it's still publicity, and I think Gareth, you're right. There are consequences. I do think the Apple film will get shown, but it'll probably be next year. I think right now everybody's just waiting to see what happens. And I think the interesting thing is what if he's still with her in a year's time? And my money is, and he won't be. I mean, there are rumors about Will Smith. Whether they're true or not is another matter. Yeah. I don't think they are, but
what's this? Is he gay? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the rumor, and that the marriage is a marriage of convenience. I'm not entirely sure.
Hang on a second. He's gay in Hollywood.
Yes, but Will Smith. I think Will Smith's career would be over if he came out as homosexual.
No, I wouldn't think. I think he'd be fucking rolling in it.
No,
I think he'd be rolling in it.
No, because here's the thing: gay people who are popular in Hollywood have always been gay. The people that come out tend to get ostracized.
Who's that? Give me an example.
Well, there's been many actors that never came out, and there were some who.
No, you have to give me an example of someone who's come out and
right.
been detrimental.
Who's come out? I'm trying to think because you put me on the spot and I don't know. But I
put you on the spot. You made a claim. I asked you back.
Yes, I know I made a claim, and I'm trying to think of somebody.
When you make a claim.
Yeah, and I've frozen. I'm sure it'll come to me when we start talking about something else. But there have been people.
All right.
There have been people.
Can we talk? We'll talk about Halo.
Yes.
Halo. All right. So I describe Halo as how can I put it politely? Yeah, it's wearing a skin suit. This is some other science fiction thing that was written, and they just threw Halo over the top of it. The first episode felt a lot like the series 4 of The Expanse, where they're on Illis. Yeah, and they turned up, and it's even got fucking Mercury in it. Yeah.
Yes, playing Mercury.
Playing Mercury.
But he only ever now seems to really play Mercury. He's been the bad, sinister arsehole guy, pretty much everything I've seen him since he was in, what was it, Torchwood.
Yeah. So yeah, you got the Mercury character turned in. You got the ugly fucking Asian woman who's not as ugly as she is, but they've made her fuck ugly. That's a real kind of well done hair and makeup. You've made her looking fucking ugly.
She's actually quite pretty. But
yeah, I know. That's the thing. To make her look that fuck ugly takes effort. I mean, seriously, takes some effort. It did feel like it because it was like they discovered an alien artifact on a planet that they were mining. It's like The Expanse. They discover an alien artifact on a planet they were mining, and there's a military group there trying to take it away. Hang on a fucking second, I've been here before. So you got that. The animation, it's not the more computer models, but the animation for the elites was shit. Yeah. It felt like there was one person standing, it literally had one person on another person's shoulders, and they were doing a mocap that way. So the person below him was having trouble moving around.
I didn't notice that, but fair enough.
The animation's better in the fucking game. I don't know how that works.
The Covenant, like the Covenant sort of like leadership, the ones with the long weird neck things. When you see their faces in episode 2, more so, I swear to God, some of them look like actors I know, and I need to go and look this up because I think they've mocapped the faces, but they've actually scanned their faces in. So, because some of them almost like the forget the fact that they're all alien, but the actual middle bit is quite human. And
right, hang on a second. I just like pointing out the bill for fucking beat you to it. Famous people came out: Kristen Stewart, Ellen DeGeneres, lots more money. Jodie Foster stayed exactly where she was. Kristen Stewart
again, they're all women.
Sexist. He's sexist, people. Keith's a massive sexist. He's a misogynist pig.
Yeah,
total misogynist.
Homophobic.
Because he can't remember gay actors that came out. The only one gay actor that I can remember coming out was What's His Mush, but that was after a scandal. The one who was in House of Cards. Press F for respect. He was in that Call of Duty. What was his name?
Oh, Kaiser Soze.
Yes, Kaiser Soze. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name. Yes, I know who you mean. okay, I suppose what I'm trying to get at is that there have been sort of like, you know, Will Smith is kind of a sex symbol. So I think if he came out as homosexual, it would think, you know, there's been pop stars like the fucking guy from Boyzone.
Ian McKellen came out in '88.
Yeah, but again, he's okay. Right.
Ian McKellen came out on a big bloody thing.
I will rephrase this statement. I think if Will Smith as a very masculine black actor in Hollywood came out gay, I think in his mind, and I think some other people he wouldn't get cast in those roles anymore. I don't see that, because he's cast as a sex symbol. He's cast as fuck's sake, he is playing the most masculine of men in Bad Boys. You know, he's the guy that's always fucking ladies, and he's got the cars. It's the roles that he gets, you know, that kind of thing. You know, Ian McKellen is a serious British actor, darling. You know, it's
I don't think it makes a blanket difference.
Okay, what if he ever does come out as gay? We'll see. I think it might, but I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, because personally, who he chooses to love is no business of ours, as long as it's not his fucking god awful wife.
As long as it's not his wife. Exactly. That sounds so weird.
I know, but his wife is one of the most loathsome human beings on the planet. So
yeah.
Who are you talking about again?
We were just responding to
Biff made a comment because he managed to beat Keith to who's came out as gay.
Thank you, Kevin Spacey.
Well done, thank you very much. Yes, Kevin Spacey. He was but he was up for a fucking scandal anyway, and he was using that as a smokescreen.
Yes, but that scandal came about. The actor in question that came out about Kevin Spacey at the time he did. Again, I think Kevin Spacey is a nasty person, but the victims of a lot of that, when that all came out, didn't half use that as self-promotion. Again, this is why I don't like most of these people, because it wasn't done for you know, getting somebody off the streets for fiddling underage people, should we say. It was to self-promote.
Well, no, of course, because they knew it was almost practically transactional, shall we say. Oh, there goes Miss Camera.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, my camera went wonky. Yeah, still there. Look, with my eyes closed.
It's an improvement. I mean, it's dreadful, Gareth.
Yeah.
I say, okay, here's the thing, right? I think you might be right about Halo being a skin suit for another sci-fi, but was it as bad as a lot of these people made out it was?
Right, you're using the Halo brand, yeah, to sell me a Halo story with Halo characters in and Halo bits in. Yeah, that's the whole point of having the brand. For that, it's complete fucking failure. Absolute dog shit failure. Garbage to the highest fucking degree. Yeah, okay. If this was Space Above and Beyond, and this was a follow-up to Space Above and Beyond, it would have worked. Think about it. If you swapped it around and this was Space Above and Beyond, and they were the Chigs rather than the thingy fighting the US Space Marine Corps, whatever it was, yeah, that would work. That would have worked, but with Halo, it was not. And it's the thing with the woman working with the Covenant. That's not how the Covenant work. They don't like fucking humans, and it's going to turn out it's going to be a clone of Halsey, which will technically be a sister to Master Chief, because that's how dumb these fuckers are. Yeah, it won't be some rando, which it needs to be. Yeah,
I do think it's going that way, but okay. Look, as I admitted last week, I don't know a lot about Halo lore, even though I played the games. I just wanted to shoot shit. The stories never captivated me in the Halo games. Not, you know, it has to take a really good story to captivate me. Spider-Man captivated me. Days Gone, actually, surprisingly did. But Halo never did. So I just wanted to get to the shooting.
Days Gone was surprisingly good. Days Gone as a TV series would have worked really well.
I agree.
Because Days Gone had so many little twists and turns as you went through it. It was like kind of, you found out that it was from his wife's laboratory that the whole thing fucking escaped. Yeah, because of one of the members of staff thought they were doing something clever, and that's it. And yes, and wait, it's not there yet, Bilfer. It's not there yet, but it will be there. It will be surprise woman.
Picard season episode 5. That's very much surprise woman, key to everything. Again. But we'll go there. We have to talk about that because in a minute. Only because I want to say this, right? The girl, the female Data's daughter, whoever she was, right? You know, you can argue all you like about her in season 1 of Thingy, but she was a pretty girl, right? That there's no denying that she was a pretty.
No, she wasn't. She had a face like she'd been hit by a shovel.
I thought she was
shovel face.
She was
shovel face.
She's okay, but now look at her.
Okay.
But look at her.
3 out of 10.
Shut up. Look at her now. She's like a -5. Now, they made her look... There's no nice way to say this. Frumpy.
No, she looks exactly the way she did before, but you're seeing her with my eyes now.
I don't think she does. She's got short hair. She's... Without body shaming, because I'm the last one that can do that. But they've made her look ugly. More so in that. And seriously, again, with the woman being key to everything? Really? Really?
Oh, no. Right, hang on a second. The thing that got me was they're going to put a... Right, they're going to put a astronaut on a long journey to Europa who's got PTSD. Dude, they won't let you fly if you've got a cold.
Yep.
They're keeping you in quarantine for 3 weeks before you fly to make sure you don't get anything.
Yep, and we don't have any spacecraft right now, even in 2 years' time, that are going to be able to travel to Europa. We don't have anything to go to Mars. You know, this is, I mean, you know, you ignore Star Trek history when it's not, you know, conducive to your message or message, but you do when you need to have some random spaceship travel. It's seriously, I mean, the first episode, I thought, actually they've listened, and maybe this will be mediocre. But it's just descended into retardness. I mean, there's no way to say that these people that are writing this show are retarded, and they are writing directly out of the J.J. Abrams book of fucking writing, because they're putting in member berries that are really obscure. So some of like the Star Trek sort of original series fanboys are going to be orgasming over that fucking bit where Romulan, not Romulan, but by God, she was hot in that dress.
Not Romulan.
Romulan, not Romulan, MILF. She was hot though in that. Sorry, I'm getting to 42, so you know she was hot. She is hot. But you know, where she walks in through that sort of effect, that box effect, that was from the original series. And she's part of a race of one obscure episode from like season 2 of the original series covered. So, you know, it's, oh God. And have you been seeing all the fucking trailers to Strange New Worlds? Have you seen any of them? There's been like fucking 50 of them.
I think, no, I haven't. They've been popping up my feed, but I've not been looking at them.
Don't, because...
And when you go... The other thing too is I went to go watch Discovery, and there was a giant space uterus, and I was like, "Fuck that!" Yeah, it was literally like there's a giant. They were talking to a giant space uterus, and I was like, "Keith, you fucking tricked me, you bastard!" Yeah, I'm not fucking watching this shit. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't tell you to watch it. I didn't tell you to watch it. I said that they'd actually. Look, I said I had nothing else to watch, and I was really fucking bored. I didn't say go watch it. I certainly didn't say go watch it.
Fucking space uterus.
I thought that at least there was somebody there that was some knowledge of sci-fi, and I liked the aspect of not being able to use the universal translator to get out of it. And they actually had to come up with a way of talking. That was quite good to see. But don't get me wrong, it's still fucking JJ Trek with what's his face run it, Kurtzman Trek, and Strange New Worlds. You know, you set up Anson Mount as a really interesting captain. You had the potential to make something really good, and it's just chopped full of wokeness. I mean, you just watch these trailers and you're thinking, oh my God. And you thought Discovery was bad. Oh, this is going to be so much worse. So it is cringeworthy as they're introducing these trailers. And like the first trailer they did, they announced all the actors, and every one of them was going, I'm really, really, excited to, and every one of them says the same thing. I'm excited to introduce myself. I'm excited to introduce, and it's the same fucking line. And it's all in the same trailer, so they all look like robots. Oh God, Hollywood is just so out of touch. It's just like the Will Smith slap just proves it. But it's just, I don't understand how these people are real. I just don't. I don't understand them. I understand people. I've got an A in psychology. I don't understand these people on any level. And I'm left. Sorry. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Mate,
Sorry,
you're not left. The left left you a long time ago. You're now far right.
Probably.
Along with everyone else. Because they've gone that far left, everybody's far right because of the perspective. Doesn't matter if you're left to me or to normal people. To them, you're far right. You're a Nazi. You didn't ask for this. You didn't choose this, but all of a sudden, you're a Nazi. I watched Sonic 2.
Was it good?
It was good. It was fun. It was good. A good, fun family film. Jim Carrey was all right in it. It was, yeah.
I enjoyed the first one. The second one's not out for a couple of weeks here, but I was going to take the missus to see it because the first one was good. But actually, we've got quite a lot of time in the cinema over the next few weeks because we've got what's his face, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I think that's next week. I was going to go and see Morbius. Then I saw all the reviews and I just went. I downloaded it and tried to watch the first half an hour. It went. Yeah, no, this is shit. So,
everyone said it was butchered in the editing suite.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't go and watch that in the end. But yeah, we've got quite a busy time of it coming up. So, but
yeah, no, Sonic 2 was good. There was some good bits in it. There's a weird subplot right in the middle of it, revolving around his sister-in-law's. Sorry. The sister-in-law's wedding, which was just like, what the fuck? It was seriously, they put this in here, and I was just like, what the fuck? It started off funny because if you see in the ad, it's the bit where they're having the wedding, and he's accidentally swapped one of the rings that allows him to teleport anywhere, and got it confused with the wedding ring. So he rips it off a finger and throws it to rescue Sonic from the landslide that's happening behind him, and yeah, it ruins her wedding, and then you find out that the whole wedding was a setup, and that was like a bloody weird subplot. And it's like, why? Why did you do this? Didn't need to be in the film. There was enough of other stuff, other bits in the film. Idris Elba as Knuckles was quite good. I was quite happy with him as Knuckles. He did a reasonably good job. Didn't annoy me. He had some funny bits in there. He was kind of like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, so that worked. So yeah,
I want to see it. The trailers certainly sold me on it. I would like to see. So I enjoyed the first one, and again, I went to that movie really not caring if I was going to enjoy it or not. I just wanted to support it on the fact that the director did something that no one else in Hollywood seemed to understand, and that was just basic customer service. He listened to his customers and he did something about it. Yeah. So I went to support that for that reason, and actually really enjoyed it. So it's not like Oscar winning or award winning or anything, but it's a good couple of hours entertainment. So if the second one is as good, which the trailer certainly makes it look like it, I'm up for it.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. There's some sweet bits in there. They had a dance off with some Russians, which I thought was quite amusing.
Really?
Because it was like they got Tails has got this little translator thing, and instead of saying no, we're harmless, he invites them to a dance off, to which they do traditional Russian dancing, and then Tails is like, and Sonic are trying to do it, and they can't work it out, and he's like, no, let's change it. So they put their own music on and they start dancing. That was quite fun. That was fun to watch. Jim Carrey was quite good in it. He said that he's thinking about retiring. If he retires on the back end of this movie, I think it's a good choice. I think it's made quite a bit of money. There's lots of kids. Someone wants to go and see it again.
Funny enough, it's funny you should say that about Jim Carrey, because obviously he's been doing the rounds, and he's been quite vocal over the last week. Should we say?
Yes, I can imagine that he's been quite vocal.
So it's again interesting. I don't know. His career might suddenly find itself either tanking or going through. It depends on who he think. The only thing, going back to that Will Smith state, can you imagine if it had not been Chris Rock and it had been Ricky Gervais? Because the jokes would have been a shit ton worse than that.
Yeah. Ilfus put this down a second. Right. This has gone back to Fuzz Aldrin now. So he's put, guys, imagine The Matrix and Mitchell versus the Machines had a baby. Everything, everywhere, all at once, with Michelle Yeoh as the greatest movie. Puts Doctor Strange to shame. Michelle Yeoh, whenever they need an elderly Chinese lady or a Chinese lady who's not young, it's Michelle Yeoh. Is straight on that bill. I'm Michelle Yeoh. Hello.
Are you saying this is good? Because I've seen the trailer to this, and I have to admit, I am really intrigued by this film.
What is this?
Well, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's obviously to do with alternative realities, right? That's kind of clear from the trailer. But Michelle Yeoh is kind of playing this dowdy sort of, nobody notices woman, and she walks into this office and suddenly she knows kung fu, right? And she just kicks the shit out of everything, right? Now, when Michelle Yeoh is fighting, she's pretty badass, right? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the girl can fight. And this, the trailer looks interesting. I will give you that. So, is it actually out in the US? Have you seen it, Bilford? Is that what you're saying? Because are you recommending it? Because I kind of want to go and see that, because the trailer kind of did the job of selling me. So
look, we can watch it. Let's watch the trailer so I can have an understanding.
Mrs. Wang. Mrs. Wang.
Mrs. Wang.
Mrs. Wang, are you with us? I am paying
it's
attention.
What's her face?
Now, you may only see a pile of receipts, but I see a story. I can see where this story is going. It does not look good. What's happening?
Evelyn, I'm not your husband. I'm another version of him from another universe. I'm here because we need your help.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
I've seen thousands of Evelyns. You can access all their memories, their emotions, even the skills. There's a great evil spreading throughout the many-verses. And you may be your only chance of stopping it.
Don't make me fight you. I am really good.
I don't believe you.
Wasn't that from Wonder Woman?
He's waiting in the wings.
The universe
He speaks of senseless things.
is so much bigger
Script is you and me.
than you realize.
Yes.
All the places I could be. I just want you to share with you.
Remember our mission concerning the fate of every single world of our infinite multiverse.
Yes, it is. It's the kid from the Goonies.
There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
Every rejection, every disappointment has led you here. To this moment.
100%.
Don't let anything distract you from it.
That's actually a different trailer to the one that I saw, but it is the kid. You're right. Did you see it, Gareth? Have you seen the comment? The high pitched guy, the short guy.
Short round.
I'm trying to find something. Hang on a second, because there's something in one of these clips where it's like, hold on a moment.
But it was also in the Goonies, wasn't he?
Yeah. The Goonies.
I'm sure it's the same guy.
It is the same kid in. Yeah, it is. What? It is him. Because I saw him interviewed recently.
I'm a bit worried that it's done from the A24.
Yeah,
that's
A24.
him.
Yeah, it is him. Yeah.
I can't remember what he looked
Very funny, Mr. Gus. Very funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one I want to try and find is where she's got sausage fingers.
Yeah.
There's a dimension where she has sausage fingers.
That is very strange.
You see, I always think it's funny because in the Goonies, he literally knocks a guy out with a giant cock extension. You wouldn't get away with that in these days. Do you remember his little punching bag thing, which is attached to his crotch? Yeah, he opens his jacket and he went fucking punching his crotch. Nothing. Like in the 80s, we're all innocent. We didn't even think about that. But now, you go watch that movie, you go, hang on, that's a robotic cock extension on a little jacket.
How do you see it like that, King?
I never saw it like that.
I never saw it like that either. I think
but have you watched it recently? That's the point.
All right, okay, so
oh dear.
I think Bilford.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis, so she looks interesting. I look. I haven't seen that trailer. I'd seen a shorter version. And that trailer made me want to go and see it even more. It looks absolutely fucking batshit crazy, and actually, I think
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's good. I sometimes, as I said, it's what's you thinking? So they tend to be a little over fucking rated in my book. Stuff that comes from them, but
I like kung fu. You see, Nigel and me have similar tastes when it comes to like kung fu movies and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm up for that. That looks kind of good. The fucking bit where she's got the chair and you know, and she's fucking all the people around it. That was kind of awesome. That, you know, if it's got kung fu like that, yeah.
It's also got the bad guy from Big Trouble in Little China, James Hong. He's the dad, I think.
Right.
They played Guang Lo, or his name was, the one who needed a green-eyed girl to sacrifice.
That's it. Yeah. God, he's in his 90s now.
Yeah, that's wondering why. Is it Lopan? Thank you, Daniel Lopan. Yes, that was good. So yeah, that looks good. I'm interested in that. All right, I think we'll leave it here. So we can have some bits to talk about next week. Now I just finished watching The Expanse, and I'm going to quiz him about it. Next week.
Oh, you reckon I'll be able to retain it even longer?
No, now you've got to go and read the last 3 books, no?
Yeah, now you've got to read the last 3 books to find out what happens. Because unlike Game of Thrones, this actually has an ending. So yeah,
those 2 little kiddies are kind of important.
Yes,
the little stories at the beginning of those episodes, that's kind of really important. So, in fact, I'm finding out just how fucking important that is right now.
Yes. Explains a lot.
Yes. Oh, fuck it. I'm loving it. I'm actually really enjoying the last book as well at the moment. I really am. I've got like 7 hours left, and I'm going to have fucking withdrawal symptoms when this is over with. Because actually, the last 2 books I've genuinely quite enjoyed. So, yeah.
The end isn't quite there. Because Holden's last words are, fuck it. What are you going to do? Fuck it.
That kind of works for me. I know what's going to happen, so that kind of works for me actually. But I'm at the point. This is no spoiler. Tanaka has just beat the shit out of her doctor, and I'm on the next chapter after that. So you know roughly where I am. So
I'm trying to
remember. They're with Elvie on the ship, and they've just linked up Kara and Amos. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so Duarte started fucking with the station.
Well, you don't know that. Now. You don't know that yet, although they've hinted at it several times over. You know, the unseen third man. Oh, I wonder who that is.
Who keeps making everyone telepathic all of a sudden?
Yes. Yeah,
we're all telepathic. We can all reread each other's thoughts. It's like, fuck, no. Shit.
There are things in that are completely pointless. Like, we didn't need any of the chapters with Alex's son. You just didn't need any of that. But
no, you need that. No, you need that for the end.
All right, fair enough.
That explains the end.
Fair enough. There is. Have you read the new short yet? Because the short that they've released, Memories Legion, is after that. So that is meant to be like the epilogue. So the ninth book isn't the end. There is an epilogue.
Okay. No, I haven't read Memories Legion.
Yeah, let me know. So because there's an epilogue, because I've downloaded all those, because I'm going to go back and listen to all the short stories as well. Then I have done the whole of The Expanse. Yeah.
Unlike Game of Thrones.
Fuck that shit. I've read all the Game of Thrones books, the ones that the fat fuckers fucking released, all right? And this one that he's been releasing for the last 19 fucking million years, right? No, I haven't read that because it doesn't exist. Because he's a lazy wanker.
I think it's one of two. I think it's one of two things. I think one is a bit of him being lazy in it, and the other part of it too is I think that he gets a bit rapey. I think is the best way of describing George R.R. Martin. Even in what's the Night Watch or Night Watchers, or what was the thing with Night Flyer?
On the Night Flyer, I didn't watch it.
That was a bit incesty and rapey. Yeah,
was it? Well,
so,
yeah, he does like a bit like by the looks.
Yeah,
of it,
so given that, this is why I don't like Game of Thrones, because it comes across as incesty and rapey. It's not my bag. I like my spaceships over my dragons, if you know what I mean. But incesty and rapey. What do we got? Yeah, I think it's the fact that he can't write like he wants to now. I think he was probably close to finishing it until he did the award ceremony where he got berated for saying someone's name wrong. Which he should have turned around and told them to fuck off. This is the thing. I'm actually getting to the state now. People need to turn around and say to overly sensitive people to fuck off.
Despite HBO's attempts to sort of gloss over the fact that probably 2/3 of the fan base really didn't like season 8, I think that's pretty much where he was going in the books. And because of the fallout of that, he's gone like that. But it doesn't matter, because even at that fucking point, when the season 8 came out, most of the Expanse books had already been written. This stuff that has taken me the best part of 6 months to get through, I think. Where are we? I started listening to these books when season 6 aired, so not 6 months, maybe 4 or 5 months, right? And I've listened to all of these books. Are not short; they're like fucking 20-hour listens, right? So they are not short, right? All of that shit, all of that writing, all of the research went into that, and trust me, there is a shit ton of fucking research that's gone in to get all the sort of terminology and the way gravity works correct, right? Has been done since the last Game of Thrones book came out. All of that. Not going to blow my mic this week, but you know how I feel.
Yes. I know how you feel. It's one of those things. Right, so let's just before we go, let's quiz Nigel to see if we can remember some of these things. So, Nigel, what did you think of the end? Did you understand the end? What happened?
Remind me what happened.
They had to take the ring station back.
He did that on purpose. He took the sip of tea. Sometimes you are a genius. Oh, timing was perfect. Oh dear, you're our Carl Pilkington, Nigel. But basically,
yeah. So
you know what happened.
Yeah. They sat around the table hashing out a whole transport authority thing, and the only person who could really look after it would be Holden, as somebody who isn't really, aligned with anybody. He treats everybody pretty much the same, which is why he should be in that role, and why they all looked at him when he went, "Oh, for fuck's sake," And there was a little knowing glance towards Drummer. And then I like the bit where he stood there going, yeah, this is what happened. And he's gone off script and said about Drummer being his number 2, to elevate the what do they call them? Not spacers, but belters. They elevate the belters, to a similar standing as the inners, which is what all they wanted, isn't it? That's what the whole thing was all about. To give them equal access, And then his official first act was to resign, which elevated her to be the person in charge, which is what the inners didn't want. And Avasala was going, "Don't you dare do it. Don't you dare do it." Sorry, I can't get her shit voice proper. But yeah. I like the fact that he completely defied her and the rest of the dickheads in that boardroom, and gave Drummer the reins, because he knew if he did that, and then the other people went, actually, no, right, we're not having that, then everyone was right all along, and it would start all over again. And that's why it's like, you can't turn back on this now. She's got to stay in control. And then he jumped in his little ship. Let's go. And he went off. So, I thought, to be honest, I thought Holden could do a good job there. But that would mean he would be able to go flying everywhere and doing Holden stuff.
Holden stuff, yes. Okay, cool. Did you get how Marco died?
Yeah, there was if I remember, I can't remember if it was end of last series or during last series. There was something like, I think there was either a shootout or explosion or something near that ring gate, which actually caused the entities or whatever they are to attack what was they probably feel like they're under attack, and so they defend themselves. And as he was going through, they caused a big old explosion. They set off some, I think there were ships that they weren't going to use or something. They rigged them to blow the reactors at the same time as he was going through, or about to go through, so that they would activate and destroy whatever's going through, i.e. Marco. I think that's what happened anyway.
Yeah, no, the creatures wake up if you pass too much energy or mass past the gate. So because you kind of shift from dimensions. You can't. It's not as clear in the TV show as it is in the books. Because what happens in the books is you get shifted into a higher dimension, yeah, and in that higher dimension you're aware of everything as it is, so you can see the light burst popping off of stuff, air rippling, with sound waves and stuff, and you're aware of everything, and then these things turn around and just eat you, I think is the best way of describing it. So he got it he got it nastily. So okay, cool. All right, let's end it here. So guys, thanks for listening. Thank you for joining us.
We'll end it because I know something.
You know something, and on that extreme note,
bombshell.
On that bombshell,
extreme note, we will
normal service resumes next week.
Yes, normal service resumes next week, and we will catch you later. Bye bye.
See ya.
Keith.
Bye-bye.
There he is.